All right, congratulations to the Crushers. Question for Bryson.
Oh, boy.
I noticed you shaved your legs. You're all about performance and advantages. How do you think that gave you the edge this season?
It was all about aerodynamics, so cleaning that up gave me a little more speed on the tee and was allowing me to hit it farther out there. Yep.
Okay, congratulations.
Thanks.
Florida Nationals, Bryson, you had birdied 3 out of 4, and then you went birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey. Was that in your mind when you hit bogey? What was going through your mind as you were close?
You know, it was weird. Like, I was hitting my driver very well on the front nine, and then for whatever reason, on the back nine, I started to turn the face over, and I kind of lost control of the face. I got nervous out there. It was, you want to do well for your team, and so there was a lot of nerves going. And I started overcooking it. And 17, I blocked it, and 18, again, I just pulled it, unfortunately, and. Again, that bogey birdie was just a result of me not driving it my best. But if I had my driver the way it was, it would have been a lot more under par. But shoot, it's about the team this week, and these guys got it done. I couldn't be more proud of them. And Bond stepping up to the plate, shooting, what was it, 7? 7. Jeez. Paul playing well, as you always do. Charles, consistent. I couldn't ask for more from these guys.
Yeah, Bond, you were hot all day, but with the team championship, is anything going through your mind at the end to say, hey, I really got to keep this up?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I was 7 under playing 18th, which was my 17th hole. And we were only 2 or 3 shots ahead. And, you know, normal circumstance, I'm going 15, 20 feet right of the flag. I went straight at it. Didn't hit a good shot, but, you know, the mentality was different. You know, it didn't matter where I was or what I was shooting. What mattered was where the team was and what the team needed.
Yep.
And I'm just glad I showed up for the team on a Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, and Casey and Howell, you guys, obviously, with your team doing well, last 3 holes, you guys each birdied to help the team, finish it off. How does that make you guys feel, even though maybe not your best day of golf?
Well, this golf course is brutal, and every shot counts, right? So, you know, when there's a lot of water out here, there's a lot of crosswinds, a lot of difficult shots, and yeah, I mean, I was feeling it out there. I mean, it was a tough day, and playing for myself, but also playing for these teammates, it was brutal.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
If you need to go, you need to go.
Bryson, 16. Just what happened on the tee shot? What happened to the ball?
I'm just going to make my apologies. I'm getting off late to babysit my kids. So, no, I'm not skipping your press comments.
Yeah,
so I just
good.
want to say I love these guys, and I'm going to go.
What,
I apologize, but thank you. Thank you, Jay.
what happened to the tee shot on 16, and how did the ball land where it landed, and then what were you thinking on the second shot back to the green?
So I've been pulling the driver a little bit, and I don't know what was happening. I think the face is flattened a little bit. I don't know what's going on there, but I got to check that after, because it kept happening. The ball started curving a lot, and I hit it and I pulled it a little bit, but it just went forever left. The wind was off the right, and hit the top of the grandstands and went over. And then my drop zone, I was going to drop in a side hill lie out of the rough over palm trees. It was just not feasible. I'm like, I got a perfect lie in the front of the green on 2. And it was 109 yards, and we had the line. I was like, it's just a 109-yard shot. Whatever, let's go. And I hit it to 20 feet and then made an incredible putt.
Did you think that kind of – they got to within 1 or 2 at that point.
1 or 2, yeah.
2, yeah, and you made that birdie putt.
Yeah.
So that kind of turned the momentum back to you?
It did. It did. And, I didn't really know where everybody else stood because, somebody could make an eagle or bogey or birdie. You just don't know how it's going to shake out. So for me, I was focused on making as many birdies as I possibly could and not making any big mistakes, and that's what I tried to do.
Hey, Bryson, how the hell do you get a yardage from an opposite green over a grandstand like that? How were you able to get 109? How'd that happen?
Thank you to Bushnell. We need to get a sponsorship or something for the Crushers. Come on, guys.
Hey, man.
Come on, Bushnell.
We're using them.
Hey, last year, DJ admitted that his hands weren't exactly steady on the last putt once he kind of realized what everything going for. Did the nerves kind of kick in any more today? Like, was it kind of more than you thought it was going to be?
Yes.
And how'd you deal with that?
Yes, it was very nerve-wracking. I mean, finishing it off in 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, I was super nervous, not knowing what could happen. Everybody was just in flux, and I wasn't driving it particularly my best. I did very well on the front nine, but the back nine didn't do it as well. And it's one of those things that I was just trying to hit the best shot I possibly could, and I was super nervous. I couldn't feel my arms when I was over the ball on the last hole.
Charles, did you have any moments that you thought that you were a little bit more nervous than you thought you might be coming in?
Yeah, I mean, we're watching the leaderboards, and I was thankful every time I looked up and saw Bryson and Bond make another birdie. But yeah, you got these finishing holes ahead, right? And there's water everywhere, and there's trickiness, and the greens were fast, and Yeah, I mean, and then the 18th tee shot, that had my full attention, and when that went in the fairway, I felt pretty good about it then.
I want to just ask Charles about the format when all 4 guys count. I mean, obviously, a bad hole or two from any one guy could really impact things.
Yes.
If you're playing by yourself, that can happen, and it's just probably nobody notices. But in this, not the same. Do you embrace that? Do you think about that as you're out there at all? Or do you have to try to protect it all?
Oh my gosh, for sure, right? Like, there's certain times where, let's say, Bond and Bryson are rolling, and they can be aggressive and keep going. But there's some situations you need to be really careful and mindful of. So, yeah, I mean, if you go out there and make a couple bogeys, it affects everybody, and not just me, but it affects 3 other guys. So, oh, absolutely. This format today on this golf course as well, brutally difficult.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bryson, Tom Gorman, Pro Golf Weekly. If I remember a year ago, you had Sunday off, and you expressed some disappointment about not being able to play Sunday. So, as the season unfolded this year, 14 events, did you have a little more giddy up to try to get to where you just did today?
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been working hard even since last year. Bit of a shorter season for people jumping in. We knew that with our games, we're a very consistent team, and I think that just showed itself over the course of the year. Even though we didn't always win, we were always right there, and we had a chance to win most of the time. And it just shows when all of our games are B to A games, we can win any week. And especially this Sunday, we had our full attention focused on making sure we got the job done today, and they all did it very well today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bond, Charles, it's one thing to come to LIV, but it's another thing to join Bryson's team. Can you talk about the decision to actually join Bryson in this journey? If that played a part of it, obviously it did.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, well, first off, to come to LIV was obviously a big decision and a really exciting and a great decision in my life and my career. But to do it and be a part of Bryson and Bryson's team, Bryson's someone I've looked up to for a long time. Sadly, he's younger than me, but I first knew about Bryson in college. There's this guy down there that's playing the same length irons, and he's a golf machine guy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I like this guy already.
Funny enough, remember in 2004 when you went to the Save Mart Shootout?
Yes, absolutely.
In Fresno, and I was actually 11 years old, hitting in front of all these professionals. It was Nick Watney and Jason Gore.
Peter Jacobson.
Peter Jacobson was up there with Sign Boy. And I hit 3 drivers in front of them, and I was so nervous as an 11-year-old. And I remember them all coming up to me after and saying, great job, man. Come on, we'll see you out there soon. And so I've looked up to him my whole life.
So he just reminded us of the age difference again. So it's a big 14 years. But to be a part of it with Bryson, I mean, what he puts into this, how hard he works, what he thinks about. He's such a wonderful captain, on top of being a great player, a massive heart, a great person. And as happy as I am for this, I'm happy to see this guy win and succeed always, because he deserves every bit of it.
Bono, a bit of a leap of faith to come to LIV.
Dude.
Obviously, it paid off today. Can you just talk about that, being part of this particular team?
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I initially, started, me and my family, really, my wife and I, started looking at it, thinking about it. I had a few different options to start with. And then when my agency basically asked me, who's the one person you want to go with, and I had the 3-4 options in front of me, I said, I want to go with Bryson. I've known him from when he had just turned pro, even from when he was an amateur. I'd hung out with him a little bit, so I knew him from then. Not very close, but had an idea, and I knew he was, pretty chill guy. And also, just to join Paul and Chucky was a great honor.
Yeah.
And I think the last 14, 15 months I've had the time of my life. This team is like family now. We've all kind of grown together. I think he's grown about 8 or 10 years in the last 14 months, having 3 stepdads on the team. But it's been a pleasure. It's so much fun. We guys have a blast. You get to learn a lot from everyone on the team. His work ethic. Charles is just genius, and Paul just makes it look too easy. It's for me. It's like I just come out, hang with them, and it's inspiring. And I think I've elevated my game thanks to being on this team, and I look forward to doing that going forward.
Bryson, you obviously had a specific kind of player that you wanted to have on your team, veteran players, consistent. It paid off, obviously, today. Can you just talk about that thought process, when it...
Yeah, I think when you have a team, you want players that are going to show up day in and day out. You don't want some players that can be really good one day and then not the other, and volatile. And when I was choosing my team, a lot of it was, there were players that wanted to be on my team, and then there was players that I asked to be on the team. And what's funny is that all three of these wanted to be on my team, and I couldn't have picked a better group of guys to be with, because one, they're wiser than me, so I wanted to gain more knowledge of what they had, and two, they're all dedicated to the craft and getting better each and every day, and that's what you need in a team format and team competition. That's what you need to live to win, and we proved that today.
Thank you. Last one from Tom.
Bryson, the way last Jeddah ended, just kind of the way you got knocked down a fourth. Yeah. How much does this kind of make up for it?
Yeah, no, it definitely helps. Anytime you get a win with a team, I'd say that's honestly more important than individual stuff. I mean, look, majors are great, but there's a team behind you there. I've got a team, my own team, but having the Crushers be front and center of the first inaugural full season just means the world. We're part of history, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys, and definitely takes a sting out of last week, but the team is what it's all about, and I couldn't be more proud.
Hey, how long was 16 today? What was 16 playing today?
For my second shot?
No, just
it was 330, but I don't have a 3-wood right now, so I had it like a soft driver, and I pulled it over, I turned it, and then
330.
Yeah, and then I had 109 in for my second shot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.